Hello and welcome everyone to a new campaign in rising from the glorious or not so glorious, depending on your perspective, ashes of Legends of Stoneharbor. I am your ever-present dungeon master and host, WalkmanEXE, and joining me are some familiar faces and a new face. So, the preface of this new campaign, which is known as Distant Wanderers, is that the group in question has been called together after receiving a mysterious summons while staying in a local tavern in Griffin's Bastion. The party then set out on a 6-month venture off to a land known as the Far Isles. Those familiar with my campaign know that the Far Isles are a series of mysterious islands that move around the continent as they are affixed on the backs of great sea dragons. We now find our party there in the midst of the Third Age, the Age of Magic, as they are going to investigate what has summoned them there while also enjoying the resort that they have been invited to. The party, which is brand spanking new, is comprised of fantastic new characters and our ever-amazing role players, so I will go down the line, starting with the unfortunate absences of today due to reasons, with our amazing veteran of every single one of my campaigns, Josh Kaposh, who is playing our tiefling sailor boy slash spellcaster, Viantra. I would disclose his class, but he's not here, so I'll let him tell it himself. He is not here. He has been called away last minute for a surprise, which none of us know what that means, because he doesn't know. So we'll find out later, and hopefully by next session he'll be here, and hopefully as well by next session our victor of last campaign, the slayer of men and women alike, Star, will also be here. Currently they are out just having some problems just getting an internet connection, so we'll see them soon, hopefully. And they are going to be playing a tiefling barbarian. This one is no secret because she kind of showed off all her strength to the party and was like, I'm a barbarian. And I find it kind of fitting that they're both not here, as their characters, Karinia and Viantra, are actually siblings. So we will just be rolling without the siblings for now, and I'll move on with the cast that is here. Moving down the line, one at a time, for the people that I have on my screen, we have Zammy playing brand new character, Hal Percival Evangeline, the group's rogue.
Yeah.
And once we get into the game proper, y'all can describe your characters for the audience. We have tokens, and some of the art is done courtesy of the amazing player that is coming up next. Nylasaur playing Saoirse Banfill, the group's Elven Artificer. That is your cue.
You unmute.
Hi.
It is okay. It is the art of showmanship.
Yep.
And yeah, then next up, we have, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Doc, playing Lucian Vale.
No, you can go. Sorry. It's like very awkward. Okay. Yeah, hi. What's up? People walking in like the exact moment you start to announce me. And it's like, wait, fuck, no, go back.
Go away! And then last but certainly not least, the man, the myth, the legend of the Freedom Initiative, Colin, playing Darrow, question mark.
My mind refuses to acknowledge that name. I do not know what initiative you speak of, never heard of it. Hope it's doing well.
Hope it's doing well, and definitely not burning in the ashes of the rubble of this kingdom.
I'm glad our murderers are currently overseas.
It fills me with so much melancholy happiness.
All right. So just for preface, you all have spent the last 6 months on the road. It took a while to arrive at the airship port, simply because the roads traveling the highways are very dangerous. Additionally, y'all initially started on the western continent, the westernmost point of the continent of Darius, and traveled from Griffin's Bastion to the eastern side of the continent, where you caught an airship off to the Far Isles. The ride was pleasant. You all had some time to interact with one another that was provided to you during the break while I gathered everything I needed and got the first session ready. And it was rather luxurious. It was kind of like a to reference Pokemon, it was like the SS Anne minus all the bad things that happened to the SS Anne. It was I can't think of a good cruise liner right now that's really nice that hasn't been sunk. So you'll forgive me.
Queen Mary?
Huh?
The Queen Mary.
That. For
Yes,
those
that.
of you that know what that is. Yeah, but y'all had your own private rooms. It was nice service. Overall, like, just had a grand old time. And now you all are arriving on the port of Seisui, which is the main resort travel hub of the Far Isles. That's not to say there aren't other resort cities, but this is the only one that has a viable airship dock. So that is where you all will be arriving. Y'all have some of you have had some time to get close to one another in some of the conversations that y'all have sent me. Others have spent their time doing other things. So real quick, while we go ahead and get into the first bit of adventure, why don't y'all we'll go around one at a time and y'all can describe like kind of just your character's general look or aesthetic. Who would like to go first?
Okay, perfect. So
I was gonna say that
no,
deafening
Zan.
silence.
Yep.
I'll take the fall too.
What's up?
No, you unmuted first. No, please.
What the fuck?
I
Go
was
on.
asking
Go on now.
who would like to describe their character in vivid, glorious detail.
Hmm.
If no one goes,
I'll
then
go
I can go.
first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there we go.
You roll a D.
Good job, Naya.
So Saoirse is a ratherly tall elf with reddish brown hair that's kind of tightly pulled back into a bun. She's got a bag of holding with her, as well as potions, and yeah, she's kind of wearing a little bit dirty clothing, like she's been doing archaeology stuff, but it also is very like well-made clothing. Like it's not cheap.
So it's nice clothing that she took to a dig site and just got dirty and then was just like,
She
Meh.
doesn't give a crap what happens
yeah, it's just like
to the clothing.
she just looks down and she's like, oh man, this was a designer shirt. Meh.
Meh.
All right. Who would like to go next?
Sorry, I'm like eating at the same time that we're doing this.
It's all good. We can.
Such unprofessionalism. I'll go next.
Oh, I know.
I'm sure all of us are eating.
Thanks, Colin.
Fine, Colin.
Colin.
You fire away, my man.
I expected actors of our caliber to do better.
Oh, don't
Shit.
put that cloud on me, man. I'm not gonna be able to do
all right,
that.
all right.
We're way off the book.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we're out of
Darrow.
practice. It's fine.
Darrow is he looks relatively older. Age is slowly starting to creep its way onto his face. He's got a few wrinkles here and there. His beard is relatively unkempt and just like flowing in all directions. Same thing with his hair. He looks quite raggedy per se, and his eyes are frantic. He's looking everywhere, and he's kind of like tripping over himself a bit. So, yeah.
Any just kind of is it, what's he wearing?
He's wearing robes that look like they should be nice, but they look like they've been worn out per se.
Cool.
They match.
So the first two people we describe are the Dirty Clothes Club. Yeah, high five.
Hell yeah.
All right, now on to the real men. So
Wow.
here you see
You're right. I should describe
Lord.
Viantra.
Lucian and all. Oh, go ahead, Viantra. No, take your. Take your
I
time.
won't do as
Go
good a job
ahead.
as Josh. But he has silver hair and eyes. Some kind of like very small, kind of spiraled ram's horns. He's wearing what you would assume to be like a something that looks kind of like an officer's coat, like you'd see in a navy, but it's kind of poorer quality. You'd assume it just to be more of a coat for everyday sailing. He's just kind of got like a standard sleeveless shirt underneath that, and a set of like well-worn trousers and boots. And he's kind of just carrying a few. He's carrying like a backpack with some scrolls and maps in it, and some other items that I'm not gonna go over his full inventory. But yeah, he's just kind of looks like he just looks like a nerd.
Contrast to Karenia juggling 30 pies in your bag. Right.
with her giant hammer and sleeveless like robe tunic, with long silver hair, much bigger, more impressive spiral horns, and golden eyes, as they are both kind of like black-skinned tieflings. But I can't think of like the medical condition, but like Karenia does have like some discoloration to her skin, like some lighter patches to it. I can't think of what it's called, but she's got like that going on.
She's also pretty swole.
Yeah, she's strong.
Yeah.
And now for the person who's taller than her and, in their duels maybe has won more, Lucian.
I thought we were the same height. Oh god.
I think.
How tall is she? Hold on. This is more important than
This is more important now.
I'm taller than all of you. It's just.
I thought we're both 5'10".
Yeah, she is 5'10". Okay, so yeah, y'all are the same height. My bad, I'm dumb.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. But yeah, no, Lucian gets some height probably from the hair. So you're right. Now he's got this long white hair, very silky, very very nice, well kept, and this large ponytail drags down to waist length probably on the back. Some sharp. Forget if I picked whether it was blue or brown yet. Maybe it's neither. No, it's brown. Yeah, he's a human-looking guy, but he wears a lot of what seems to be Elvish-inspired attire, especially a cloak of sorts. Hood down, of course. We're not one of those roguish characters. But most prominently on his possession is this nice, long, sheathed blade, with all these nice golden etchings over this black, matte sheath. Yeah.
Nice.
That's Lucian.
Oh, okay. I felt
now-
called out.
And now for the roguish type, Zammy, go ahead and describe Hal for the gang.
Oh boy. So, Hal has very long hair, 2 strands, that are dyed white. He has robes that are drooped down to his, shoulders in a way. Oh boy. He has, a simple shirt that's unbuttoned. Gives off a more casual look. He has dull eyes that have a tint of blue, I guess. And yeah.
All right, so that is descriptions of some of our characters, along with some just kind of basis on who's playing them and the class. And I'll go ahead and put up some stuff for our next session. That way you, the audience, can follow along and kind of keep track of who's what and what they're all wearing. But for now,
yeah, I don't know if you said it.
Huh?
Never mind. Sorry. Keep going. Sorry, I interrupted.
I'm just confused at this point.
No, I was. I don't remember if you said or not. My race and class.
Oh, I thought I did. I guess I didn't.
You might not. I don't.
He said that
let's
you
just
are human.
keep it.
Still should have interrupted.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
let's just be simple.
That's
Half the party is human, and the other half are not. We got
never
two
do
tieflings and an elf.
Oh god.
So yeah, as the party comes in, the airship slowly descends towards the city of Seisui, and you hear over the loudspeakers as you all are descending, whether you all are in your rooms, striding across the deck, or grabbing one last-minute meal before docking, you hear over the speakers, "Hello, and welcome to the island of Seisui. Please make sure to get your belongings when we arrive at the airship dock. On your left, you'll see the Visitor Center, which will be your main point of check-in. Please make sure to respect the guard. Places of note on the island include the Arcanium, a tower with a collection of great, vast magical knowledge. The Singing Fist Monastery, home to a unique monastic art to this island alone. The Governor's Palace, who takes care and provides for all of us. The lighthouse, of course, giving us a beacon in the night. Luckily, we're landing in daytime, but if you all would like to peruse it during the eve, it is lit up and quite beautiful. The Temple of Eight, for those of the religious mind, and of course, for those of you here for business, there are the trade houses over in the trading district. We beg that you have a delightful stay, and welcome to Seisui." And as it cuts off, the ship slowly descends into this large circular dock. It looks like it used to be a gladiatorial coliseum before it was renovated into this large dock for airships. You see specifically as it's docking down that there are 3 distinct docks for vessels. You can gather from the most part that these docks are one of the specific ways in and out of the city. It looks like for other intents and purposes, like, airships aren't used for trading. They're mostly used for tourism, as well as ferrying people to and from the island. Most of the trading you saw kind of being done on the way in was done through the naval port. And as you all dock and descend off the gangplank, they slowly unpack like all of y'all's luggage very carefully and make sure that each of you receives the items that you checked in when you boarded the airship. You all are now free to kind of explore the city. As previously stated, they do ask that you all check in at the visitor center first. However, what DM would I be if I didn't allow you the choice to ignore that and do something else? So yeah, I'm turning you loose in the big city.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's like, well, that was a mistake.
Hey.
But yeah, as you all kind of like descend, you all do pull out like the tickets that you all had for the airship that Saoirse gave you that had your names kind of like magically engraved on it. And you notice that on these tickets as well, like there is a voucher for a hotel. So if y'all want to check in there, you can. You can also go to the visitor center or explore any other parts of the city that I previously mentioned. Additionally, the city is fully stocked with a wide variety of shops and vendors and just regular NPCs, so if y'all want to kind of do some exploring on your own, you can do that as well. There is no specific hurry. I'm mainly wanting to keep from doing like the huge story beats until everyone's gathered. But if y'all do want to do some exploring and kind of gather some information on why you've been summoned here, you all are free to do that.
All right, so let's burn down the temple.
Oh boy. This is a nice start.
No, but yeah, I'll do the. I think Lucian's fine checking into the visitors center, or however that's done.
I
Same.
do the same.
Darrow agrees.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone agrees as you all head to the visitor center. You kind of notice as you arrive that there are 4 very distinct lines that kind of make up the entrance to the visitor center, and they do have signs hanging over them. They're just a little bit confusing because they don't necessarily specify intent to visit. So you have one that just says arrivals, one that says applications, another line that says departures, and another line that says complaints.
That's clear cut enough.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like there's anything like intent to visit, but you can just kind of pick whichever line you think is appropriate.
I think I want to go to the depart. No, that's not it.
Check.
I think
Again.
arrival sounds right.
Yeah, arrival.
I'd imagine
Same.
arrival would be the best option.
So Darrow, Saoirse, and Lucian, y'all head to arrivals. Karina and Viantra follow along with you. How are you going with them as well?
Oh yeah.
All right. So everybody enters the line for arrivals, and y'all are in line for about maybe 20 to 30 minutes. It does move a little slow, but at certain like checkpoints along the line, there's actually like a little stand with like a pitcher of water and like some disposable like wooden cups. So if y'all get thirsty, y'all can have a drink. But as y'all reach the front of the line, you see that you are greeted by a rather diminutive gnomish woman with long black hair that's tied back into a braided bun. And she is wearing kind of like a very nice traditional gown, and she just kind of like bows and goes, "Hello and welcome to Seisui. I am June. What can I do for you today?"
Oh, I just need to check in, I think, yeah.
I think that
I'd like to just check in, please.
What, you guys
Checking
something
in.
wrong? Name June startling you? Making you uncomfortable? Something up there?
everything's fine. Checking in.
Very rude. Come on,
Checking in.
Hal. Step up.
What?
Chin up.
As
Let's go.
Y'all put your like tickets on there, she looks them over, and then takes them and then hands each of you a little red envelope with like a nice little golden seal on it. And just goes, and there you are. Inside you will find your complimentary pass to the resort. You just head there and hand them that. It's good for 3 free nights. After that, you will be required to pay. But again, that's still 3 free nights. Inside as well is a little just map of the city. A little bit of, tourist brochure for you, and last but not least, each person has 1 free drink voucher at a tavern of your choosing.
Fuck
Outside of
Right.
that, if you have any other questions for me before you all depart, I can direct you to anything you need, and make sure that you all arrive at your destination.
Is the magic etching on our like tickets, is that like abnormal seeming, or is that just like you said?
Was that a question to her?
No, to you.
Oh, to me. The magic etching to y'all seemed abnormal, simply because you all... There was essentially, like, with the determinants of the competition, there was no guaranteed winner, so the fact that it already had your names on it was disturbing.
Right.
I was going...
And additionally, when she took the tickets from you, she did not seem fazed by it at all.
Okay.
Not in a sense that she has seen this before, but more the fact that she didn't even notice it was there.
I was going to establish this earlier, but then it kind of slipped my mind. I don't know if it's too late, but I was gonna roll Arcana on my ticket and the magic.
Yeah, no, like y'all have had, like I said, 6 months of travel time. So anything that y'all have wanted to do, like retroactively to your tickets, or in terms of discussion with one another, I will allow. So long as it's not crazy, like, oh, I went off on my own and fought 100 bears.
Aww.
You know, just keep it within the realm of possibility. Yeah, you could you can roll me an Arcana check on the ticket, or if you have the spell Identify, you can use that as a ritual or burn a spell slot.
I did not get that. All right, so I'll...
Wizard without Identify. Oof.
God damn.
I'm just kidding.
All right, rolling Arcana.
There's gonna be a lot of that, but I feel
That is a 16.
Well, I mean, you can always go to the Arcanium and try and see if they have any scrolls on magic.
yeah, get some nice
that is
locations.
Yeah. Or you could go to, like, you know, any other shop and pay for a spell scroll.
Mhm. Yeah.
So what'd you say it was?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. For the most part, you recognize the spell, at least. The spell in question is illusory writing. Basically, it is a form of writing that can only be seen by the intended recipients, or people who can make a high enough investigation check if they notice that something is wrong. And what it basically does is, like, for the most part, the writing will not appear. It may appear as like a rune or like a sigil on something. And then with a high enough investigation check, you can see the writing, but otherwise the writing will appear invisible to any other creature that tries to view it, outside of the intended recipients.
Neat.
So you all can safely assume that you all were the intended recipients, and June did not notice because she wasn't. Additionally, y'all can't really see what the rune looks like because all you see is your names. But you would assume that it probably looked like something that would show up normally on a ticket.
Okay, so do I know how this spell is cast? Like, does it have to be cast actively, or is it something that you can cast beforehand?
It is something that you can cast beforehand. There is normally a time limit on it.
Right.
So this seems like it was... Or sorry, it's not illusory writing, it's illusory script. Here we go.
Basically, probably was cast at a
It
high level.
typically lasts for about 10 days. Unless you... Oh, no, it can't be cast at a higher level. Well, then we'll just say that this seems to be base... It looks like the spell illusory script, we'll say that much. But there are a lot of key differences between it and the spell.
Yeah, okay. Wait, so does Darrow pick up on these differences, or is that just like an out of story?
That was out of game, and also, yes, you do pick up on the differences, because you, Darrow, know that the spell illusory script only lasts for 10 days, and this is that's been on there for 6 months.
Yeah, that's pretty abnormal. Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's very unique.
Apologies for the duck chair, folks.
Oh my, that's a bad one.
Try my best. I'm my best.
Yeah, so any other questions y'all had for me, or any questions you have for the lovely guide, June?
I got nothing.
I don't think so.
Ready to check in?
I'm good.
Our rooms? Yeah?
Yeah.
Check out these
Yeah,
rooms
check
that
out.
we got access to.
Before y'all leave, Viantra asks them about if the Arcanum is the only library on the island, and that is more or less confirmed for him. And he kind of sulks at that, but then y'all head in to check in. Oh, and I guess Karina would also ask about blacksmiths, but y'all find out that there are a few smiths on the island. Specifically, there are 3. There is Sylvanus Trucier, who operates a shop known as the Blind Bowman. There is an armor shop run by one Kenichi Byako, called the Tiger's Hide. And last but not least, there is the Silver Springs, which is a magic weapon shop, which is run by a woman by the name of Kuan Yin. And yeah, that's about it for smiths that live on the island.
All right.
Cool beans.
So yeah, y'all arrive at your hotel, which specifically is... You know what? Since Saoirse got the tickets, Saoirse, heads or tails?
Heads.
Cool. So y'all arrive at your resort after you open up the little envelope and kind of see where you'll be staying. You arrive at a resort called the Cherry Kiss, and it is got these beautiful cherry trees all around it, which are in bloom as it is. I'm trying to remember. No, because I said it was close to... This is the Harvest Festival, so they have not... They bloomed a while ago. It looks like these are more illusions. Like, it looks like the trees themselves are out of bloom, but someone has cast an illusion over the trees themselves to make it appear as if they are still in bloom with these fluttering pink cherry petals. And the resort itself is very nice. It's a 10-story building, very much in like the traditional Japanese style, like you would see it in like a castle or a high tower. And as y'all enter, the lobby is very nice. It has like a nice little flowing waterfall in one of the corners. There are a nice set of stairs that lead up to the upper floors. Cushy waiting chairs and a nice black oak table. And then, of course, there is the desk, which seems to have a nice granite countertop followed by a more black oak as its face. And behind the counter is this like very lovely looking fire genasi woman. Like, she has traditional genasi features. She has like the red skin and the hair that kind of looks like fire. But as for the other half of her being, she seems to have very elven features. Specifically looking more like not high elven, but kind of more like one would associate with an Eladrin of the Spring Court. And her hair is actually like the flames themselves are pink.
Ooh. Ooh.
And she looks at you all as you enter, and she just goes, "Welcome. I am Edelgard Primrose, proprietor of the Cherry Kiss. I hear that you all," and she sees your envelopes, "are our contest winners. We are so happy to have you," and she bows very deeply.
Thanks.
This is an interesting contest, but yeah.
That would be us.
Place seems alright.
I don't know, something's off.
Well, it is our pleasure to receive you all here, and then we hope that you'll have a pleasant stay. enjoying the fineries of our resort, as well as if you all wish to venture to other parts of the island, you are welcome to do so. We only ask that you stay careful, and perhaps it might be best if you all are making deep ventures into the island to hire a guide. Some people can get lost, and we definitely don't want that happening to our precious guests. Now, tell me, this is part in character, part out of character. So y'all had your own private rooms on the airship. Did y'all want to have, like, shared rooms when y'all arrive here? Or did y'all want to have private rooms?
Private rooms work.
Private room.
Private room.
Let's go.
No, how you don't want to buddy up?
Chilling alone.
No, I do not want to. I'm good.
So you all, as you all arrive there, she's like, I see. Yes, we'll go ahead and get you all set up with your suite. And everything will be taken care of. And at kind of like the mention of suite, y'all are kind of like, shared room. But she leads you over to this, like, long column that kind of, like, is in the far north of the tower, and she kind of, like, gestures for one of you to extend your envelope.
I do so.
Everyone does it at the same time.
as Howl is first on the draw, the second you kind of gestured over there, the gold seal lights up, and you watch as the column splits open. And inside is like a small, what one would describe as a platform that is, well, I would say platform. It's more like a small cylinder inside of this larger cylinder that has these nice wooden panels, and the platform is big enough for at least 8 people to stand on. And it seems to have like a pulley system that leads it higher up.
Ooh.
And as y'all step onto this, the column then closes up, and she, like, the only light that y'all can see here is more or less Edelgard's like flaming hair, until a few lights begin to illuminate from inside the column. As she pulls a little lever, and the platform you all are on slowly begins to rise. Hooray for elevators.
Yeah. Is there some elevator music too?
New technology.
Yeah, as you all are going up, you just hear bum 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 bum.
Oh, actually?
Hey.
Hey.
It's a party.
As I'm gonna stop before I get hit, and they're like, "Oh, that's authorized music." I'm like, "But it was me singing. It was my dumbass singing it." Yeah. So you all arrive at the very top, and as it opens up, you all see what she means by suite. You are in a exceptionally large room.
Oh boy.
That has more or less like a fully furnished kitchen, a nice little lounge area, a balcony kind of like overseeing the city, and then on both the left and the right, there are 6 doors for a total of 12. And she points out quickly, she's like, so we have 2 rooms on the ground and 2 rooms on the top of each floor, and of course there is 2 bathrooms that we have on the ground floor on the left and the top floor on the right. Additionally, she points to the 2 remaining rooms. She goes, those are closets. You all can use them to store your goods. Just I caution you that if you are staying on one side of the room, to keep track of where you've put your belongings. Wouldn't want to be losing any of your precious cargo, now would we?
No, we wouldn't.
Luckily as well, we do have in these closets a cubby system. There are 4 cubbies. You can just designate which one is yours, with our nice little input system, and she kind of like chuckles a bit, and she gestures to like the lounge table, and it just It's just tape and like a quill or a pen. And she just goes, and just make sure that you designate which one is yours and keep track of all your items. Outside of that, you all are free to peruse your own rooms. I do want to let you all know, while there is a kitchen here and you can buy your own food around the island and prepare food here, we do serve meals all throughout the day. You all, as part of your package, do have 2 free meals. I just want you to know that breakfast is from 5 a.m. to 10, lunch is from 11 to 2, and dinner is from 7 to 9.
Good to know.
Thank you.
Outside of that,
Thank you.
You all are free to explore the rest of the island and have a pleasant stay. And she hops back in the column and pulls the lever again, and you watch as the lift slowly descends. And now you all are left to your own devices in the room. Again, there are 8 rooms that y'all can stay in. There's 4 on each side. You just gotta decide which one you want, whether it's on the top floor or bottom floor.
I'll go top.
On which
I'll
side?
go bottom.
All right, I'll take. Yeah, bottom's good for me.
So, okay, but which side? You top left, top right, top bottom, top.
Yeah, right side.
Top, bottom.
Right.
Top, bottom, whatever. Shut up.
Uh,
Okay, so we got Nyla on the top right. We got Lucian on which side?
Bottom right.
Bottom right. Howl?
bottom left.
Okay, so bottom left. Darrow?
I will be on top left.
Okay, so top left. And then, since... So let's see, top left, top right... 1 bottom left and 1 bottom right. Karina and Viantra both pick the left side, one taking the other top left and the other taking the other bottom left. So that has divided all 6 rooms. And yeah, y'all unpack your stuff and pop them in the cubbies, keeping on you only whatever you deem to be necessary. And now y'all are free to explore the island and do anything you want. And Viantra immediately takes off for the Arcanium, with Karina like tailing behind, like, but brother, we will catch up with you later. I'm so sorry.
Darrow follows Viantra, equally curious.
Okay, so we got one person going to the library following the siblings.
Oh, I'll go to the library.
All right, so we got two people going to the library following the siblings.
Group for everything. Gross.
Excuse me.
Lucian and Hal, what do y'all want to do?
You know,
Sorry, I was yawning.
Yeah, same. I don't know what to about today.
It's contagious.
I'm just gonna walk around, see if I see anything interesting. But I'll head in the general direction of the monastery, I guess.
Okay, and Hal?
I'm gonna see if there's any performances going on. I want to hop in on that.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and since Lucian is kind of just wandering around with a I'm assuming with the map out, but just heading in the general direction of the monastery.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that reminds me. I need to move y'all over to where your hotel is. Here we go. So these 4 are heading off to the Arcanium. Lucian is heading off to the monastery. And Hal, you said you're looking for performances.
Yee.
So we'll start with Hal. As you look around for like just general performances or places where things are kind of like happening, it seems to just be kind of all over. Like, this is a resort town, so there's a lot of like different activities and things that you can do. But a place that seems to actually be like currently very lively. Let me read over all my notes real fast. The place that seems to be like really kind of like popping off is another resort in the Trade Houses district. It's kind of like similarly styled to y'all's resort. It just doesn't have the cherry trees. Instead, it has like these large, like not lounge table, like patio tables and stuff, like all around the building. And all these various stages set up for performances and these lively gatherings. And that's more or less what's going on. You arrive and like 3 of these stages are absolutely full with people giving performances. So let's see, there's like the main entranceway, and then there's the stage on the left, stage on the right, and the stage at the back. And they're all full at the moment. You've got one person who is performing kind of like a very traditional dance and is getting like some cheers. One person is performing like these various tricks with magic, you know, casting off spells and doing sleight of hand as well to kind of like fool and elude people. And the last person seems to be doing like some really cool like combat moves with a partner. And they are like sparring one another, and everyone's kind of like cheering that on as well. It looks like all the stages are taken right now, but you think you spy what looks like an event coordinator, so you might be able to talk to them and see if there's like an open availability if you wanted to do something, or if you wanted to just watch. There are plenty of tables that are still open.
Yeah, I'll just head over to them.
Okay. They are a kind of like small human woman with their hair done up in like a very traditional bun with a set of like hair ornaments. Although some of their hair is like coming out in like just strands, as it looks like they've been running around on their feet all day, and they look kind of like hectic and haggard.
Oh no.
She's got like some dark rings under her eyes, but her eyes still are like these very beautiful violet eyes. And she's just kind of like running around talking to servers and waiters, and then just like sees you kind of just standing there looking around, kind of like and she runs over to you and goes, yes, hello, what can I do for you?
I was just wondering if maybe when there would be availability for one of those frick, what are they called?
A stage?
Yes, when they're open.
She just kind of like blinks for a second. She goes, "You're a performer."
Yes.
Oh, thank God. She like immediately pulls you over like towards the dressing room. She's like, "Look, my 12 o'clock canceled. I really need someone to come on right after the stage magician. Like, we got to get on like right now. Do you have a costume?"
No.
Well, then we're gonna get you one. Come on. And she just like drags you into the change.
Oh.
And she goes, this is Yuki. He'll be doing your makeup, and like he just kind of looks at you and he goes, there's a lot to work with.
Oh.
And she goes, in a good way or a bad way, and she goes, "Oh, honey, anything I do is perfect.
Oh, I love him.
Let's get you dressed up."
I love him.
And Yuki leads you off and like tries on a couple clothes for you, like a couple outfits, and does like some work with your hair and makeup as well, and eventually settles on getting you in this very nice kind of it's a striped costume, like kind of not necessarily like a puffy shirt, but it's like the sleeves are very like flowing. So it's kind of like this very nice like silk shirt with like long flowing sleeves that kind of like taper off at the wrist into these long, almost like, I guess wings would be the best way to describe them. You've got like a nice tight fitting vest and a pair of like loose pants, followed by a set of like nice, closed shoes. The pants are striped, like a dark navy blue and a like very pure white. The shirt you are wearing is a very beautiful white shirt. The vest you are wearing is kind of like a black vest with little navy accents and gold buttons. And the shoes you have are nice little black silk shoes. And your hair is done up very nicely. He's got it done back up in a bun, with the streaks pulled back as well, so they kind of like have these nice little white streaks going back from your temples all the way back into the bun, and then the way he's styled the bun has like the white streaks kind of spiraling through it, almost in like a hypnotic pattern.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then he's got a mask for you. It's a little fox mask.
Oh, I like it.
And he gets you the mask and he goes, "All right, what can I like what the outfit I've done for you is. Aiko will be back in just a moment. I just need to know, what are you going to do?"
I can do tap and lyrical pieces, as long as there's some type of music playing in the back.
So you're a dancer.
Yes.
Okay, we can get you hooked up with a musician. It'll just take a little bit of time. Some of them are still tuning their instruments. Give me a bit of a performance, and that is in character, not of character. Roll performance check.
Oh boy.
You got this. I believe in you.
Don't mess up now.
Stop.
No, mess up now so you don't mess up later.
You're right.
God damn it.
Yes, you give a good performance. So you said tap and rhythmic?
Sure.
Well, I'm asking you what you said. What is Hal dance?
It's tap and lyrical.
So when you say tap, you mean like the like,
tap dancing.
like the toe clacking?
Yes.
And then lyrical. What do you mean by that?
Oh boy. Okay.
Explain it to me, so I actually know what you're talking about.
All right. So lyrical involves a lot of like ballet and jazz to it.
Okay.
And a little bit of modern dance, acrobatics. It's pretty much a style that goes into telling a story in a way. And there's a lot of like hops and turns and everything.
Gotcha. So as you kind of like show off your two styles to him, as you do like the like you do the lyrical dancing first, I'm assuming, and then you like get into the tap, and like you get through like maybe a few seconds of tap before he just stops you and he goes, "If you dance like that in my shoes, you're gonna ruin them. I think the first dance you did is gonna be way better. Just go out there and do that. We'll get you a nice like string piece, and you can interpret it however you need to, and make sure that your dance is beautiful and flowing. Please, for the love of God, make use of your sleeves. They are long, but if you use them the right way, they can be mesmerizing. And get out there and put on a good show."
Okay.
And you take the center stage after the magician act. The two people doing their sparring are still going, and you look over to your right, but it would have been the leftmost stage when you entered, where there was the person who was also kind of like dancing and performing, is now someone doing like stand-up. So yeah, you get up there. I need you to roll me another performance check, but because of your good rolls, and your amazing costume, you get advantage.
Yay.
Now make it count, Hal.
Don't mess up.
Yeah.
So glad.
Oh,
So with a 27, yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. Like, they put on a nice flowing string piece for you. Something that's kind of like... So because of the way, like, the culture of the Far Isles and just generally the Qing Empire, it is very Eastern, with a few mixes of Western, as that was kind of like the... Well, I guess I should say it's a mix of, like, Eastern and Pacific Island culture. So they kind of play some drums at first, to kind of, like, get the percussion going, kind of, like, get the beat. And then they start kind of, like, leading in with other, instruments, like, the dragon flute and the shamisen. And it's kind of like this nice, like, kind of flowing piece. It's a little sad. But you dig deep and you channel that beautiful dance power and that heart of emotion into a stunning performance, and by the end of your dance everyone is just roaring with cheers and clapping. Like, the stand-up comedian is upset because you stole their crowd, and the gladiators don't seem to mind, as they are now equally entranced with your dance.
I give a bow.
After you bow, they kind of, like, lead you off stage. And you meet back up with the lady from before, Aiko, and she goes, "Wow, that was amazing. I don't have words. Do you have an agent?"
I do not.
Neat. And she just looks at you and goes, so if you'd like to perform here again, I could certainly make that happen. My only stipulation is, you do go ahead and give us some advance notice. I need at least 8 hours in advance to prep the time and stage. And we can cut you in for 30% of the entrance fees, as well as any alcohol that is purchased during your show. And we'll say that if you want to come in and bring your friends, any time that you're performing, we will give them a free meal.
Oh, all right.
No more than 5 people.
Got it.
Oh, hey, there are 5 friends.
Oh man, it's almost like you have 5.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's crazy.
Destiny calls.
But yeah,
It's
basically,
awkward.
anytime that you are performing here, you will get a small portion of gold from whatever they earn, as well as you all get a free meal.
Cool beans.
Now, that is just one, so if you perform multiple times in a day, you still only get 1 meal.
Mhm.
So if you're like, I'm going to perform 3 shows, then congratulations, y'all get maybe a breakfast, a lunch, or a dinner. Depends on when y'all want to go. But it has to be during Hal's performance.
Cool.
But yeah.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Hal, for getting us some free food.
Thank you, Hal.
You don't know that.
We don't know
Told
this
you
yet.
guys.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to do?
Oh, God.
I don't think so.
All right. So we'll
Excuse
just
me.
say you do a few more performances while you're here, and we'll leave it at that. And I'll say that they're good because you rolled real good. And we'll pick up with the library crew. Y'all arrive at the Arcanium, which is this large stone tower. It is about, I'd say, 300 feet in diameter, and it goes up for about a mile. And it is, like I said, a stone tower. It's got these nice little stained glass windows all across the surface of it, and these nice red mahogany doors with these little ornate gold like handles to pull them open with as you all enter the Arcanium. The floor is made of the nice same mahogany material, and all the bookshelves are carved from a very nice variety of wood. It looks like similarly to how like there are sections in a library, there are still sections here, and you can see like the little hanging signs. But additionally, the first thing you notice as well is that each section of books has its own unique wood that is used for the bookshelves.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
So that way, all you have to do is, if ever you are confused about where you want to go, you can just follow the color or smell of the bookshelf of your choosing. You should find what you're looking for pretty quick. On that note, what are y'all looking for?
I don't think I'm looking for anything like in particular. I think just the thought of like a nice library would be comforting. So she's just gonna look around.
All right. So, since I was gonna say this earlier, since Darrow was going over here, he was thinking about this. So, since he knows quite a bit about this topic, magic, would he know any ways himself without researching it to enhance a spell per se, or a spell like the script spell that was used?
So you're talking about enhancing.
Yeah, so it could last
altering
longer,
magic?
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know that there are certainly ways to do that. As far as enhancing or manipulating magic in a way to have it achieve certain ends, you know that sorcerers are usually rather adept at that. However, since the start of the Third Age, there have been a few cases of scholars or mages attaining power beyond what they should normally be able to do, either through intensive study or work on a specific type of spell, or through making pacts with stronger creatures, or as well, some people have just kind of manifested abilities over time that seem unique to them.
Okay.
So you figure the best place to start would most likely be in contractual or bloodline magic, which is basically just more or less like studying warlocks and sorcerers, as that would be the quickest route to find out more about how the script was written.
Okay.
And while you do that, Viantra, heads up to the front desk and asks some questions, and then heads off immediately into the nautical section and begins researching feverishly.
All right.
Just for kind of like context as well, like the Arcanium does have like a wide variety of books on almost any subject you all could be looking for. So if y'all want to study anything from cooking, fighting, strategy, history, magic, mythology, archaeology, like this place has a wide variety of tomes on almost any subject.
Paw Patrol. Premonition.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I just started running out of ologies.
I'll go look for alchemy.
Okay.
I'll go. How do I phrase this in a way that actually works? I need a second. You guys can do something. I need to think about this.
All right. Is there anything specific you're looking for in alchemy, or are you just looking on like notes?
Human transmutation. No.
The taboo.
I don't know. Maybe
The law of equivalent exchange.
Yes.
I think just like I'll probably look into like freaking like alchemists like notebooks and what they've discovered and stuff. So just like looking into history. Let's look up history. History of alchemy. I want to look up that.
So you find a couple tomes in regards to the history of alchemy. They're more of like a broad scope type thing. As you kind of like ask more about like specifically just like journals or notes made by alchemists, the library informs you that they do have some copies of like the final or personal notes of alchemists. However, those are held in a restricted section. Anything that's kind of like a author's specific works, like not something that's like broad reaching in a subject, but anything that's very specific to what that person knew or what like advancements they made, are held in more restricted sections that require authorization.
Can I get authorization?
They advise you that the only person who can authorize people to enter the restricted sections of the Arcanium are either the governor, the Grand Master of the Singing Fist Monastery, or the Archmage at the top of the Arcanium.
Okay. I don't know any of those people. So I'll say thank you, and I will probably go back and take a look at do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'll pretend to be reading. I'm gonna ask where the restricted area is, and I'm gonna see if I can at least get a look at some of the books.
Okay. As you kind of ask, you are advised that each floor has a restricted section. Each restricted section has various tomes or accounts. The higher up you go in the floors, the more dangerous the knowledge is considered. With the Archmage himself containing the secrets that would better be protected in his own personal reserve.
Okay.
And they advise you that, like, depending on your level of authorization granted to you, you can access certain floors of information. But as you are a guest or a visitor, you do not have access.
Okay.
You kind of you're still able to spot where it is. It is this small, like, series of bookshelves that are encased in a literal gilded cage.
Oh wow. Okay, so where's my infantry?
Sirius is just like, I'm gonna go break into places.
Well,
Fantastic.
where is it? I know I have it in here somewhere. Maybe it's in magical items, maybe? Or is that a thing?
Inventory would be where all your items are.
Okay, I know I have,
what are you looking for? And I might be able to help you.
I am looking for, like, I think I have, like, a cloak that, disguises myself. Cloak of disguise, or whatever it is.
You do not. You have a cloak of the bat, which
Oh, I know I have something that changes the way I look.
I don't see anything that you have that does.
Huh.
If you... Here's the thing. As an artificer, you do have infusions where you can create certain items.
Oh! Wait! I can create a homunculus! Okay. I'm gonna make a little homunculus. His name is Dave.
Dave.
I want to make my little homunculus. His name is Dave. And I'm gonna tell Dave, what?
Do you have the homunculus one?
Yeah, I do have a homunculus. I'm pretty sure I do.
I don't think you took it. I think in the infusions you took...
No, I did. I remember I did. I think.
I think you did, and then you changed it later on. Because
Huh?
I mentioned to you which infusions you had available, and you swapped one out for another. Because the
Wait,
infusions
where
you
are
have, class is where your infusions are. Yeah, like go
Did
to,
I?
it's not spellbook, it's class.
It's class. Okay.
So down under class actions, there's artificer infusions. The ones you
Class.
took were enhanced focus, boots of winding path, resistant armor, enhanced defense, a cap of water breathing, and goggles of night.
Okay. So I didn't get homunculus.
You did not
Well,
choose the homunculus.
shit. Is the cage like all the way, or is it like open at the top, or?
There's a door at the front of it, but it is
Hmm.
like the cage does completely encompass the shelves.
Okay.
I say shelves, but there's just two of them. It's not like a lot.
I am going to, I don't know, use alchemy to like break the lock or something. I'm gonna mold the lock into a little bird piece of metal that I'll hold on in my pocket, and I'm gonna go in. If that makes sense. I don't know if I can do that.
You do not have the ability to. Unfortunately, this is not like Full Metal Alchemist. So you don't.
No, I know.
But it
Oh,
could be.
right.
Could
That's not
be.
how it works.
No, I understand. I'm saying like you.
No, I know
wouldn't
that's
be able
not
to,
how it works.
I can say this.
I don't think I can get in.
I can say this. You can, or you can at least attempt to. You do have an ability called the right tool for the job.
Oh yeah.
Granted, that's just in regards to any tools that you don't already have. Currently in your inventory, you are in possession of a set of thieves' tools, which do include lockpicks.
I shall pick the lock.
Alright, just roll me a regular d20.
D20.
And then...
I'm probably gonna do the wrong one, and I am gonna apologize for that.
Nope, you rolled the right one, and you rolled a critical.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm not even gonna bother adding the modifiers. You get the very distinct feeling that, like, even with your nat 20, this is definitely hard. Like, this is locked very well. But with your skills, like, you do pop it open and step inside. Judging by, like, just the general, like, work you had to put into the lock, you imagine that each restricted section has, like, a key. And the higher up things are, they may be even warded, or they may have magical locks that you would have to open. So, for the higher level stuff, a key is going to be necessary. But for this one, you were able to get in. So, what are you looking for in this restricted section?
I am going to look for, I think, books by. Are there any names that I might recognize?
Not to openly start throwing Saoirse's age around, but yeah, you're well learned and you have a pretty good amount of years under your belt. I'd say there are a lot of alchemists that you do. Some of this age you do know by name, and others you knew, maybe not in like a professional working capacity, but you knew of them. And you're also, as an archaeologist, familiar with alchemists who contributed a lot to the craft before passing on. So I'd say, yeah, you're familiar with certain named alchemists. Whether you want to throw some of those names around or you want me to just make them up is up to you. But yeah, you're confident in your knowledge of certain alchemists.
I'm going to look for the name to see if there's a person at least named Patrick Shaft.
Patrick Shaft?
Yes.
Unfortunately, looks like none of his works are collected here.
Okay.
But you do find a couple other ones that you recognize, such as, here we go, Valerian Van Beck, Saloon, and that's, sorry, it's not Saloon, Saloon, Selune, as well as a lesser known gnomish alchemist, Luckbreak Boxton.
I'll take his book.
Alright, you grab Luckbreak's book, and as you begin to exit the restricted section, roll me a stealth check.
Oh God.
So it'll be under your skills.
Yep. Come on. Skills. Stealth.
You got this.
You can do it.
And now for me to roll against.
Come on.
Let's see how lucky you really are.
Oh boy.
I'm probably not really lucky.
So as Sirsha, you sneak out of the restricted section with this book under your arm, and you're like, heh, no one knows. You turn around and you're face to face with the attendant at the front desk who you spoke with earlier, and they're just kind of like glaring at you, and they go, put it back.
I'm sorry. Just one of the other people came up and said they'd open it for me, and
Roll
they said it was okay
deception?
to look.
Yeah, no.
It says you're just literally flat out lying?
Oh fuck!
Throw one into question. Let's go.
Come on. Oh God.
Jeez.
Damn.
Flat out caught.
I did not expect this.
As
My
they,
fault.
as they
Caught it.
narrow their eyes at you further, and then go, well, it doesn't matter if someone else opened it and said you could come in. That's not their right to decide. Put the book back and please exit the restricted section.
All right, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Well, I guess I'll put the book back. I'm very sorry. Yeah.
They nod, they lead you out of the restricted section, and they go relock the door. And they turn to you and they go, alright, again, ma'am, we have... And she kind of like sighs and she goes, I've heard of your work, Dr. Bounfill, and I am familiar with its applications, but I do strongly advise that if you are going to be here and are going to enter our restricted section, you either sit down for a meeting with the governor, like send him a formal request and maybe he'll meet with you to approve your access. You could try to meet the Grand Master of the monastery and get his approval as well, or you can schedule a meeting with our Archmage. Just, you need proper access, so try and please schedule a meeting with one of those 3 dignitaries and get approval for our restricted sections. Depending on how they feel, they may give you higher access, but just the basic access would be what you would need to access that specific notebook you wanted to read.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I will do that in the future. Hope you have a good day.
Thank you. And they nod and they go, oh, and by the way, I did love your dissertation on the significance of pre-Elven cultures. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I think I'm going to be a little too distraught. I'm probably going to leave the bookstore now, because I don't want
the bookstore.
The bookstore.
The library. The library.
Yeah, you head out of the Arcanium. As you're leaving, Viantra still seems to be wrapped up in his notes. And we'll go ahead and pick up real quick with Colin.
Yeah. All right. So, hold on one second. There we go.
Yeah,
all right. So,
notes.
Once he's done researching applications of like how to enhance various spells that you wouldn't be able to increase your skill in otherwise, he goes.
By the way, roll me an Arcana check for that.
Yeah, I will. Come on, Dre dice. Don't fail me now. That is a nat 1.
It's failed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find the records, but for the most part, like, it does talk about, like, specific sorceress bloodlines or, pact users being able to do this. You for whatever reason, like, you as a student of the arcane, someone who actually had to, like, learn and practice and gain the aptitude over time for their magic, you don't see anything, indicating that a caster like yourself would be able to feasibly pull this off, or at least any indications you can find are scarce, and they're usually about, like, mythological wizards.
Okay. All right. So, I am going to first. Darrow is going to take out his ring that he found himself wearing upon, and he's going to see the name engraved on it, Axonoth, and begin to research that under starting with magic, I suppose, and just trying to see if we can find anything, basically. Going to maybe, do they have a section on historical figures or something? He'll probably start there.
Oh, Viantra.
Oh, hey, whoa, it's like a person joined us.
Whoa.
What? No way.
Welcome.
Hey, I thought you were gonna be gone till. Oh, right, it's almost 8. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you listening at home, we now have a Josh Kaposh.
Yay.
Who
Yay.
plays Viantra Casares, as I mentioned previously. Josh, I described your character a bit at the beginning. I'll let you describe him in a bit. First, I'm going to finish up working with Darrow. So you're looking up for the name Axonoth, specifically related to magical.
Yeah, something like that.
Research. Okay, absolutely. You find it's not on this floor. You do have to climb a few floors. But in just like advanced magical history, or as well, like the theory and application of abjuration, you find 2 books written by a Darrow Al Axonoth. And as you begin to read over it, they're very well written. And they're very thorough in their explanation of abjuration magics and its application in everyday life, as well as in combat, or as well as magical dueling for either competitive sport or for honorifics. And then, far as the advanced magical theory goes, it's very well detailed on the theoretical magics of like interplanar travel, the theoretical possibilities tied to various resurrection spells and necromancies, as well as specific theoretical magic such as illusory warding or vast abjurations that like protect great ancient cities.
Mm-hmm.
Some elven cities are known to use like such advanced magical weavings, but it does take a considerable amount of time and effort, and a lot of those knowledges have been lost to time.
Yeah.
But with what this person has gleaned, they have pieced together their theories.
Does the writing feel familiar in any way?
It does feel familiar, but as you kind of like look over the pages and compare it to your book, the handwriting is very different.
Yeah.
The writing in these books is very dignified.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very impassioned, and you also get the sense that whoever wrote this is left-handed, whereas the notes in your journal are right-handed, and the notes in your journal are also they're a lot less like frantic and impassioned. They're very refined and dignified. Like they're very, very careful and precise in what is written. That's not to say that there isn't like some speed or efficiency with which the journal was written, but it is very very particular.
Okay. So Darrow looks through the books and kind of he takes out his journal, and with his frantic handwriting, with his frantic moves, he nearly drops it, and he puts it on the table and he starts to write a few things down, scroll a few notes, messily, sloppily, and then he puts it away and walks to go research something else.
Okay. On that note, we'll pick up with Viantra. Josh, you there?
Yes, sorry, I was taking notes.
Okay, cool. So here's the 411. I'll just let you know. I'll go ahead and recap for the audience. You all have arrived in the city of Seisui. You all arrived at the airship dock and then proceeded to the visitor center, where you met with your guide June, who gave you who took your tickets that had the magical writing on them, and didn't seem to be fazed by it, almost as if she couldn't see the writing. She then gave you all your hotel passes, and you all arrived at the Cherry Kiss resort. You were taken over to a you were taken by the owner, Edelgard Primrose, over to a column where you all rode a lift to the top floor and stayed in their resort suite, which is this very large room that has 12 smaller rooms in it. So each of you gets your own room and a common area to hang out in. There's also, of the 12 rooms, there's 2 bathrooms and 2 storage closets. Then you all kind of like split up and went your separate ways. You went with Karinia to the Arcanium, followed behind by Darrow and Saoirse. Howl went over to the trade quarters and did a amazing performance of dance at the at another resort, and got booked a gig with the manager there, Aiko. So now if Howl is performing, y'all can head to Aiko's resort and get a free meal. But only during times that Howl is performing, and you only get 1 free meal a day. And then Lucian went sightseeing with the inevitable destination being the Singing Fist Monastery.
Okay.
I had you go to the Arcanium and then immediately go to the nautical section. I assumed that would naturally be where you gravitated.
Yep.
So yeah, Viantra, you've read a few interesting things in the nautical section. It's kind of nothing like it does take you a minute because you're just kind of like, ah, great, but Reddit, 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 Reddit. Ooh, new one. Reddit, Reddit, Reddit. But is there any specific knowledge that you're looking for?
Same thing as usual, just creatures of the sea. Some things that have tried to be explored. Very much what some people would call supernatural.
Okay. So the attendant, which by the way, the sales pitch they gave is the Arcanium is the vastest library on the continent. It has tomes from any walk of life in any capacity and in levels as far as mundane and advanced. But that's kind of what every library you've ever been to has tried to sell you. I love that little art. That's great.
It's so good.
Yeah, so as you begin looking around, like, they direct you to 3 separate sections. There's they direct you to nautical fiction, nautical like legends and mythology, as well as advanced studies of the occult and arcane.
Well, I kind of want that one.
They do advise you that many of the volumes in advanced studies of the occult and arcane are in the restricted sections, which do require same thing I told Saoirse. They do require approval by one of the leaders of the city. You can either speak to the Grand Master of the Singing Fist Monastery, the governor of the island, or the Archmage at the top of the Arcanium. They did advise you that in order to meet with those people, you may have to schedule a meeting. Can't just go marching in and be like, I demand access.
Okay. We don't have anywhere we need to go right now, right?
Currently, no. There's not any specific place you all need to go. You all do know that you have 3 days free in your suite before you all have to start, like, paying.
Okay. Then I will try to schedule an appointment with the Archmage.
Okay. They let you know that he does have an opening tomorrow, early in the morning, around 8 a.m.
Okay.
So that would fall like right after breakfast for you, so you could get there.
Sounds good.
And they pencil you in.
Cool.
From the books you all do read, roll me. I'm trying to think if. Roll me a history check if you're checking out the myths and legends or the nautical fiction, but roll me a arcana check if you're looking at the occult and arcane. Okay. Yeah, you find a lot of books actually, and you see like Darrow in the same like section, but the books he's looking at are very different than the ones you are.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of seemed to be like looking at a few books on like enhancing a spell's properties and pact magic.
Okay.
Just because of like what you all saw earlier, like and I'll say that like Dara, would you have relayed that to the group what you found out about the writing?
I was going to after I researched more about it.
Okay,
so
then y'all still don't know.
Yeah.
Then yeah, he's researching into that. But you find some adequate materials as well. Some of the books that he looked at, you do pick up because they are on pact-bound magics. And you find a few other items and scrolls specifically pertaining to like nautical beasts and the magical properties they contain, as well as a few like seafaring legends or accounts by arcane members.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them pertain not the pact magics, but a lot of the like the mythological tomes or the accounts of the arcane pertain to specific events. But others have like their own like certain accounts. The 3 recurring events you seem to find often in these tomes talk about what is known as the low tone, which is said to be like sometimes seafaring travelers will travel and they will hear a very low ringing resounding tone that almost shakes the water around it. The green flash, obviously, which is often said to be a sign that someone is passing through to the land of the dead, or that a soul has returned from beyond the grave. And then last but not least, there is the phenomenon that is simply referred to as the eyes in the deep. Which certain sailors state that as they're sailing, they can see eyes far off in the distance, either in the face of a crashing wave or reflected on the surface of the water.
Okay.
Some people usually chalk it up to just like seafaring creatures such as the Sahuagin, or the mermaids or kelpies, but certain accounts do state that there may be even more sinister creatures than the Sahuagin residing in the deep.
Okay. Oh god.
But that's also because, like, at this point, the ocean is vastly unexplored.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Cool. I'll write that down. I'll take notes in my big journal.
you take notes in your big journal. Yeah, and that'll wrap up the nerd herd. I'm gonna move on to
It's your boy.
it's your boy. Yeah, we'll move on to Lucian. So, Lucian, you are sightseeing. And you said you were keeping your eye out for anything that looked interesting.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I'll go ahead and just kind of like run through the list for you of places of note or peoples of note along your way. So obviously y'all are staying at the Cherry Kiss Resort, which is in the Artisan District, and a lot of places really are in the Artisan Quarter that you find interesting. There's the let's see here. There's the Jade Dragon Tea House. Additionally, kind of like closer to the Noble Docks, like kind of in this general area, like at the kind of like fork of these running springs, is the Clearwater Distillery. Then on top of that, kind of further up, out past the Artisan Quarter, kind of close in and around this area, kind of near the airship dock, is the Rising Sun Bakery. And then, you arrive at the monastery.
All right.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
I forgot one. So right here, as you're passing like across this area, there's one building that stands out to you, and that is the Silknet Clothing Shop. But yeah, it's the Silknet, the Jade Dragon Clearwater Distillery, and the Rising Sun Bakery. Those are the 4 that stand out to you as you're making your way to the monastery.
All right.
And then you arrive at the monastery. Is there anything in particular that you're looking to do here?
Just gonna look around, see what I can see. If there's anything going on in the. I don't know, I'm just checking it out for the most part.
Yeah. So the Singing Fist Monastery, like they do welcome you. Like they recognize that you're an outsider, but they allow you entry to like the basic training grounds. To kind of like look over what they're doing. And for the most part, like it's the same kind of monastic forms that you studied under your teacher. There's nothing particularly special about it as you're looking over it. The only thing that stands out to you is that in some of the basic areas there are specialized training. And some of them seem to be you've learned the ability to channel your ki through your punch and send it as almost like a shockwave through the body of your enemy.
And the weapon as well, yes, of course.
And the weapon as well. And these guys don't seem to be doing anything with weapons, but they do seem to be practicing a more advanced technique of your like stunning strike.
Huh. Does anyone like among the group I see here look anything special?
I mean, this is just mostly, like I said, the basic training grounds, so not really. The instructors are probably the closest thing that looked at like anything special to you. Outside of that, like, not terribly. The only thing that you do notice is that a lot of these guys, like, some of them do practice with closed fist, but for the most part they do practice open hand, like open palm attacks on their training dummies.
Right.
And they strike at, as well, a lot of, like, major key points or pressure points in the human body.
Alright. Yeah. That's it. Nothing else really sticks out to me.
Not terribly. The only thing that you do notice that stands out to you is, like, further into the monastery, in the more advanced areas, you hear almost what sounds like music, but you can't be sure without getting closer, like, what's making that noise. And it seems like the more advanced areas where they're practicing, like, the more unique techniques for their monastery are guarded by upper level students.
Well, I'm out.
Alright, so you're out.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just trying to stay in character. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Lucian's not the person to recklessly pick a fight.
We'll see.
Tell me your secrets. Headbutts the master. Yeah. So, do y'all want to meet up and do something? Like, what's the group's plan? I know that Saoirse left the library. I know that Darrow was planning on staying for a bit.
I'm off to drink.
Same. I'm going to a pub.
Yeah.
Let's accompany each other. Let's meet up.
I'll join them, yeah. If they're meeting up for a drink, I'm in. Yeah.
Me and Darrow will be nerd buddies.
So y'all are gonna study together?
Yeah.
Alright, Karina wants to stay with you, but at the mention of grabbing beers with Saoirse, she's like, brother,
It's pretty much unresistible.
Brother, I am sorry, I am drinking. Bye.
No, it's okay.
Darrow
I
looks like
am taking my hammer, and just like.
Oh yeah. Finger guns.
Oh my
Darrow
god,
looks like-
I want you to use finger guns to cast Eldritch Blast. Please.
Hey, explosions go off.
Hey.
Oh god.
Oh jeez.
Accidentally fires. Hey! Oh!
So yeah,
No.
you all kind of like ask around about good places to get ale in the city, and you are directed to a couple different places. The first two, of course, are the resorts that y'all have been to thus far. The Mirth and Wine Resort, run by Aiko in Kai, and the Cherry Kiss Resort, run by Edelgard Primrose. Additionally, you are told that the Clearwater Distillery sometimes offers samples and tastings, and as well they do have like a little lounge area where you can actually get stuff from a bar. There is also the Siren's Call Tavern, which is closer to the trading quarter and like the unprotected quarter, just kind of like in the in the south side of the city is where more or less the Siren's Call is located. It's kind of more like a gathering for sailors and whatnot.
What do y'all think?
Oh, excuse me. I'm not looking to go back to the resort just yet. That place gives me the creeps.
I hear you there. Well,
You want to go see some drunk sailors?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Like drunk sailors.
Karina's fine with this plan. She's like, anyone who can handle their drink is good to drink with me. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hal, do you want to follow them all to the Siren's Call?
Come on, you know you want to drink.
Oh, wait, I thought we were... Oh, okay, never mind. I joined them, sorry.
Okay. And for clarification, no, it was the guide you all met at the visitor center. Like, they're not following you around.
Okay.
They're not just, like, staring over your shoulder being like, ooh, that's a really high reading level you got there. No, they're just leaving you be.
Okay.
Yeah, so you arrive at the Siren's Call, and in traditional fashion, the sign is actually shaped like the mythical siren, and the letters are actually engraved into the metal. The tavern itself is this... Interesting doesn't do it justice. Because it is literally built on the banks of, like, the tide. Like, it's built kind of, like, into the cliff. And as you all head down, like head into the bar area, you see that, like, for the most part, the building is unique in the sense that it has 3 walls, and the 4th one just faces the ocean. And additionally, there are stairs that kind of, like, lead down into the lower levels of the bar. And as you all go down, you realize that the bar itself is actually carved into the cliffside. And so, like, the top area is more or less just the service area. Like, you come in, you get you ask for a table, and they kind of, like, lead you down, and there's, like, some staff that kind of gather there and like, take their breaks or whatever. But as y'all get down, like, the full tavern is carved, like, into the cliff of the unprotected quarter. And in, like, the lower levels of the actual tavern itself, they even descend underneath the water line.
Oh, that's cool.
And they seem to be shielded either by construction, in the sense of, like, a glass like wall that has been reinforced and sealed, or magic. Sometimes both. But yeah, the first 2 floors are the service floor and the what's called the cliffside view, and then after that, everything else is under the sea level. So, what floor do y'all want to get your drink on?
I say we head down a few, huh?
Sure.
To see.
Sure, why not?
Alright, so y'all head down further and further until y'all get to about the 4th or 5th floor. And yeah, it's this very nice open lounge space with kind of like a central platform where someone is doing a performance at the moment. There are a lot of, like, tables and chairs strewn about in a few booths with nice candlelit kind of ambiance. And there are a few servers, like, walking around here and there, making sure people can get their food or their drinks. It's definitely still a bit of a rowdy place, but, like, the further down you go, the calmer the atmosphere seems to be.
We're about to change that.
What are you planning?
I'm not planning shit. I'll tell you that.
Oh, is Hal still wearing the outfit from the
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was a costume. You'd have to return it.
Oh, okay.
Sad. I looked nice. Is my hair still kept up though?
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Heck yeah.
Stefan
Okay.
or Yuki told you to leave your hair that way. He said it accents your face better.
Alright then. I'm gonna. Your hair looks nice.
Thank you.
Did you do it yourself?
No.
Oh, you already made a friend, huh?
Sure. Hmm? What were you guys up to?
I just walked around some, saw a decent tea place, looks of things. Checked out the monastery. Nothing really interesting going on there. So I've had a fairly uneventful day. So I'm ready to get a little, you know.
Uh-huh.
All right. So
Let's
what would
get
y'all
some
like to
drinks.
order?
Mhm.
Well,
I'll get a pint of ale.
All right. 1 pint of ale.
well, if they're an ale house, then sure. Same here.
So that's 2 pints of ale.
I'll just get some wine.
Some what?
Some wine.
All right.
Oh,
Would you like what type of wine would you like? Red wine or rosé?
rosé.
All right.
Actually,
and then-
you know what? You know what? Scratch that. Lucian is probably a rosé man too.
So y'all get 2 rosés and an ale. And Karina requests an ale. And then also makes like requests for a lot of like
Oh no.
shots off the bar menu,
Oh god.
and just asks if they can mix them together in like a cup. And the bar staff look like really confused.
Oh, they're not the only one.
No,
She
just
seems
go
like
with it.
really enthusiastic about it, so they like
Uh.
relent and they tell her how much it's gonna be. And she pays them, and is
Oh.
kind of like really excited.
Yeah.
Oh no. I have bad memories.
Approval.
Hmm.
Yes.
So yeah, you'll. It takes a few minutes, but they bring you out your rosés and your ale. They actually tell you that the ale that they brought you in particular, since you didn't like they brought you a local favorite, which is a cherry ale.
Oh.
Specifically, it's just brewed like a regular ale is, but there's like infusions of like cherry blossoms and a very, very, very small amount of cherry juice.
Huh. Yummy.
So you still get kind of like that nice little like, smooth taste of your ale with a little bit of kick, but there's also like a nice little cherry flavor to it. And it's very kind of like floral and fruity.
This tastes floral and fruity.
Glad to hear it.
Outside of that, I love how, as well, like, Star didn't specify what the hell they want to go in this, so I'm just gonna have to make it up as I go.
Oh boy.
Do it.
Alright. Let's roll with what they got. So they bring them out another cherry ale, and they also bring them out this monstrosity. Which, it's not, I say monstrosity, it's not like really bad. It's just like a regular pint glass, but it's just like
Can I?
3/4 of the way full with just what appears to be just a black liquid.
Can I try and get like a whiff of that?
Sure.
Oh,
What does that smell like?
Ethanol.
Yeah, that makes sense.
More like, and it's mostly like smells like that just because whatever like seasoned or spiced like liqueurs or very, you know, like nice shots were added into this thing have become so mixed together that each of their individual like notes or accents or tastes have just melded into the black.
Oh.
I thought we swore off mystery liquids after the contest.
They kind of like, Karina kind of smirks at you and goes, it is fine. I will drink this. And if anyone else would like a sip, I will.
not concerned you're not gonna finish it. We're concerned
No,
who's
it's fine.
gonna have
It's
to
fine.
carry. We're concerned who's gonna have to carry you back.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll be honest, I am a little curious.
Would you like a taste?
Oh no.
Well, ladies first. Amanda.
Everyone else in that group better be strong.
I'm a
And
gentleman.
she takes a sip
Ooh.
and then passes it slowly over to you while making full eye contact.
I'm gonna pat him on the back and say, "It's nice knowing you."
Shake my head. I take a slightly bigger sip than she did.
Roll a con save?
Oh no!
20!
Nope.
Oh.
Guess not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you take a sip, and you just feel like you take a big sip, and as you finish it and it goes down, like, as it's passing down your throat, you can feel your whole body just like, no, 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 reject it, get this out of me!
Yeah, it's not so bad. Whew. Yeah, no,
As-
it's,
as Karina takes the glass back and has another large sip.
Yeah, you do that. Okay. Oof.
You gonna be okay over there?
I
Yeah,
died
I'm
once to
alright.
that drink.
I'm good.
What'd you say, Hal?
I said I died once to that drink. Because I drank it during our 6-month little travel. It was a drink.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, Saoirse and you keep enjoying your ale, and Howl and Lucian. Well, for Lucian, now that the nightmare is over, you can enjoy your rosé.
Yeah.
And I will say, after tasting that abomination, the rosé tastes that much sweeter.
Oh, yes.
So yeah,
How
y'all
does it look
enjoy
up?
your drinks, and Karina just like belts that ale, and then like between drinks of ale, she'll have like a sip of the nightmare.
How's it looking at the glass view, the underwater view?
Oh, it's beautiful. You are still close to the shore, even though you are under like the sea level. So there aren't like a lot of like larger fish. But there are still like a lot of fish that y'all would see in like just standard fish you would catch like at a pier or so. But these are a little bit bigger because they've been well taken care of by the villagers here. And additionally, there are a few tropical fish that are kind of like swimming around in the waters. And like as well, kind of like from the view, you can see a little like a very small portion of the sea dragon's like hind leg. I mean, very small, like y'all, because the islands are very large in diameter, and they're built on the backs of them, but they're not necessarily like I guess just to specify that the sea dragons aren't as big as the islands. Some of the islands are a little bigger than the sea dragons, but they can still carry the weight aloft. So y'all can see like some of a hind leg.
Wait, are they like sleeping sea dragons or like? living?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. They do still like, because they are sea dragons, they do still have to like tread water.
Huh.
But its limbs are so enormous that it doesn't require a lot of effort to keep it afloat. And on top of that, sometimes sea dragons, as you know, like you specifically, Lucian, can store large quantities of air in their lungs to keep them afloat for a time if they want to conserve like muscle strength. So sometimes, however, that can lead to some issues, like if there are civilizations or people like on the backs of them, if the dragon exhales, sometimes it can cause small like earthquake-like tremors, but it's nothing
Right.
like of a high magnitude.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that your cabinet with the good china isn't open at that moment. But outside of that, like y'all can see it's like hind leg kicking a little bit, just kind of like treading water a bit. It may stop sometime in the next few days, just depending. But y'all have a pretty good view of some very beautiful fish.
Ooh.
And the lounge music ain't bad either.
Oh, this is nice.
I'm gonna have to roll a 5th Constitution check real quick.
Ooh.
Fun.
Uh-oh.
So Karina's not looking super hot.
Oh no.
Hey, Care Bear, how you doing?
I am fine. Everything is fine. I am great. This is my gem. As they stand up and start like attempting to sing along with the singer, except they're doing it in like it's off key and much louder than the volume of the lounge sing.
I'm
Oh,
gonna get up and like slowly try to like ease her back into the chair. I'm gonna go, okay. How about this? We can sing,
It's fine. I can
but
sing.
maybe later. Okay.
How
Pop
much
some
later?
water.
How about an hour or so?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask you another question. How many fingers am I holding up? I'm gonna hold up my fingers.
12.
Okay. I'm going to order you another drink, but this one's gonna be a
Yes, you
little...
are a good friend.
Yes, okay. Can I get a water, please?
Yeah, and what? Wait, what?
Don't worry. It's a very,
No.
they name it, it's a very nice kind of wine. Don't worry, you're gonna love it.
Tastes like fish.
Make
But it's
a
good.
deception check
Oh my god.
with
She's
advantage.
drunk! Come on!
With
Yeah.
She's
advantage.
drunk! Okay. With advantage.
This is your advantage versus their disadvantage.
What was it again?
Deception?
Deception.
lying?
Okay.
You know, like a liar.
Oh,
You know, like a liar.
Like a liar.
Well, let me check Karina's stats real quick.
You probably got it.
Realize I should have
God,
just
I
checked
hope
that
so.
on my
I don't want
laptop
her
right there,
to-
but whatever.
That's in trouble.
Insight. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm gonna say that with just how intoxicated they are, they do not notice that you are lying to them. They definitely know that like something's up and you're not telling them the whole truth. But the hamster wheel is going, but no one's home. And they just kind of are like, howl.
What?
And they
Hello?
push the blacksmith's stroke over to you.
What?
Our
The
good
drink.
friend Lucian had a drink. You need to drink.
I don't feel like dying again, you know? I was in bed for a couple days.
No, you are fine. You have died once. It makes you stronger.
God, how?
I really... Oh, God. I was really hoping I would be enjoying my sleep. I don't know how I feel about being knocked out, on the other hand, but...
Oh, you can take it. You'll be fine.
Oh God, take a sip.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
No, it's gonna be so bad.
You got this.
Oh,
What was it?
it's a 9.
Oh my god.
I told you.
Yeah. So you take a sip, and similar to Lucian, your body's just like, no, do not want. And as it goes down, like, you feel it go down. And Lucian, luckily, like, you've had something to eat beforehand, but you didn't start drinking your rosé until after you had a shot of this. Hal, you've been drinking rosé, like, very, very sparingly, but still been putting that more in your body than this hard liquor. The second the two make contact,
Oh no.
your stomach just hurts.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Is it staying down? Are we?
It's
safe?
make another con save.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Okay. It is staying down, but you do not feel great. And additionally, like, you had a nice little buzz going when you drank the rosé. After drinking this, like, you start to feel sick. And then as you, like, look up and kind of, like, blink, the room starts to spin a little bit. And then it starts to, like, kind of spin a lot as you realize that you no longer have great control over your balance.
Yeah, you might have wanted to move that one.
And Lucian, as for you, like, luckily you had that first, and they didn't mix poorly. Plus you rolled pretty high on your con save. But yeah, you're not, like, buzzed. Like, you, Lucian, are tipsy, but you're not drunk.
Yeah.
Hal, you are, like, on the borderline between tipsy and drunk right now.
Oh no. I freaking just lay my
And
head
Karina has well passed over the line.
Alright. See your ship. You're up.
No,
As
thank you.
Karina goes, yes! And
No,
she
thank you.
grabs you by the shoulders and goes, you are my friend.
I know. Yeah,
And begins
we're
to
your friends
push the
too.
drink over to you. It is time to bond. We shall become like sisters.
You see, I'm really full. I drank all of my drink, and I don't want to get sick tonight. Plus, someone needs to make sure we get back to the place safely,
I
back
can
to the
make
hotel.
sure we get home safe, man. I'm totally fine. Like, seriously, you don't have. Please, you don't gotta worry. Just loosen up, you know. Enjoy yourself. Why don't you?
down.
I'm having the time of my life.
Yes. It is time to drink. I respect my brother, but don't be a Viantra. It is time to drink.
I am drinking, but I'm drinking my ale, and I am going to
I
be
drank an ale too,
okay.
and I had this, and it was great. And you
and look how you're turning out. You're drunk.
And that's how I know it is great. You should. It's just.
Okay, how about this? We'll make a deal. I'm going to make sure we get home tonight. I'm not going to drink any tonight. But when you're all good, and if you want to come back tomorrow, I'll take a little bit tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to pat her on the back.
As she takes the rest of what's in her cup and pours it into a small flask.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
She's gonna hold you to that, you know.
It is okay,
Don't
the
remind
deal
me.
has been struck.
Mm.
Things have been set in motion that cannot be stopped.
You're no help right now, you know.
I am probably, the most. I'm fine. Look, listen.
Mhm.
That is accurate to how someone who is tipsy is normally. Just like, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. I think it is time for us to go. Wait, how late is it right now? Is it still daytime or no?
I mean, y'all arrived like in the like around noonish. Like it wasn't super early in the morning. I'd say you spent a good amount of the afternoon like in the library, and for how you spent a good time performing, I'd say like yeah, it's when you all arrived, the sun was starting to set, so it's probably around like 6 p.m.
Okay.
Maybe a little
Well-
bit after, because y'all have been down here enjoying the ambiance for a bit and
Yeah.
drinking.
Okay. All right, Viantra, we can do two things, okay? We can do.
Viantra's not.
things-
Seriously.
Serene.
Sorry,
Viantra's
Serenia. Sorry, Serenia. We can do two.
Karina.
Whatever.
Karenia.
Karenia. You're not.
God damn it.
Okay, we can do two things, all right? And guess what? I'm gonna let you decide, okay? I'm
This
gonna let
sounds
you
like a
decide.
great plan.
I know. Okay, so we can stay here for a little longer. We'll get you that nice wine, el water, water. Or we can go back to the hotel, and I'll get you a pie, and you can keep drinking that drink, but I'll get you pie when we're there. So we can either stay here and have a couple more of the drink, or we can go back to the hotel and you can get some pie and you can have your drink.
I vote pie. Just by the way.
Pie sounds delicious right now.
Okay. Now I want you all three of you, I want you to get up, and I want to tell you how your balance is.
Mm,
No.
Karina stands
fine.
up abruptly and is standing, but she knocks her chair to the floor and is kind of like wobbling.
Okay.
Like not
Alright.
like heavily or like swaying, but she's like wobbling just a little bit.
yeah, you might
Okay.
need to hold her hand or something.
I don't trust any of you right now. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into my inventory.
Okay.
I am going to use. I know it's probably not what it's meant for, but I'm going to use rope of climbing. And I'm gonna
If you don't speak its command word, it's just regular rope.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's just rope. I'm going to tie the rope around each of their waists.
This is a bad
Just-
idea. Don't.
I know it's a
I'm
bad
not-
idea.
I'm not. Fuck. No, get that away. No.
Okay, all right.
No.
You think you're fine? You're
I'm fine.
All right, I'm gonna just do it.
I stand up. I'm
Karina.
fine.
Karina, I'm just gonna wrap it around Karina.
Okay.
And-
what are you tying the other end
um,
to? Yourself?
I'm just holding on to it. How are you?
You're gonna
okay?
get knocked to the floor. Seriously.
Completely okay.
Are you actually?
Howl is
Yeah.
Howl is very much not okay.
Okay.
No,
I'm gonna. I'm just.
Seriously.
God. Okay, I'm gonna put her on my back and a piggyback. Him on my back as a piggyback.
What?
You have no say in this. You have no say in this, right?
So
Well,
now-
now I do.
All right.
she picks you up, Howl, or attempts to.
No,
this is
I refuse.
this is a grapple check, so this is gonna be contested athletics.
Athletic. God damn. Okay.
So both you and Nyla gotta roll me athletics, Sammy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Not happening. That's 2 nat 1s. Yeah, you attempt
God.
to pick Howl up, but Howl does not want to be picked up, and strength is not necessarily your strong suit. So yeah, you attempt, but with the struggle and fight of like Howl, at some point like they just like you're just like, all right, come on, and he's like, and like his
Hey,
hand,
how about-
at some point his hand just makes contact like with your face, and I'm like, he doesn't like punch you, but like his thumb like bumps against your eye a bit, and it's just like painful, but you're not like taking hit points of damage.
Guys.
Okay.
Seriously. Look,
I'm gonna-
look.
God, what can I do?
If you're holding that rope when she like falls down or something, like you're getting slammed right down. Now you're.
God, I know. Okay, how about this? You
Just hold her
hold
hand. It'll be fine.
hold my hand. All right.
I
Yeah.
will hold your hand.
All right. Thank you. How about you, Hal? You hold my other hand.
No.
I can
Will
give
you do
Hal
it
a
if
big
I do
back.
it?
Karina turns to you, Hal, and goes, "How will you hold my hand?"
No.
I can
And
carry
let's
it.
see.
Hal,
This is fine. And she goes, and Karina goes to pick up Hal. Make another athletics check.
Are you kidding?
Oh God. Beautiful.
I used my mage hand to possibly.
Can I just quickly ask how many people are watching this display right now?
Oh, everyone! They've like the performance has stopped. This is way more entertaining.
Oh, alright. Oh no.
Yeah, no. With a +8, they just yoink you up off the ground.
Ooh, look
And
at
she's like,
you.
"It is okay. I have." It's like with one arm, she's like carrying Hal like around the waist, like over her shoulder, and with the other hand, she's like holding Circe's hand. She's like, "It is time to go now."
Good job, sir.
I huff and puff, and I wiggle my arms everywhere,
Lead
including
the
my legs.
way.
I'm just gonna like tug at the rope a little and go, "Come on, let's go upstairs."
While y'all begin heading back to the hotel, I'm gonna pick up with the nerd herd. So, Darrow and Viantra, are y'all still at the library, or are y'all heading back to the resort?
Boy, isn't it a good time to be a nerd?
Now that the sun is beginning to set, do y'all want to head back to the hotel?
I'd say it's about time to go.
Yeah, I believe that we should probably head back. I do have something to inform everyone about.
Okay.
Of course.
I'll bring y'all back, and then I'll go ahead and have the scenes merge. You two are the first to arrive at the room. You know, getting in and kind of like settling into the lounge after you put like your stuff away, and of course the Arcanium let you check out some of those books, so you were able to bring some with you.
Yeah.
And as you all like are just kind of like sitting in the lounge, you hear like the lift begin to rise, heading up to this floor, and then as it's like coming up, like you just kind of hear like. Like someone is like, it sounds like almost trying to like flail about and hit and is hitting the walls.
What do you suppose that is?
I think we know what that is.
And as the lift doors open, you see Lucian, a little red in the face, but otherwise completely fine. With Saoirse, who's like, her cheeks aren't as flushed as Lucian's, but like they are a little just from what you can either assume is drink or frustration. As you see, like, Karina with Howl over her arm, like, holding, Howl, like, Saoirse's hand, and then as soon as she spots you, Viantra, she immediately drops Howl to wave at you and goes, "Hi, Viantra!"
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
We are having pie!
Hi.
Yes, we're having pie.
I look at Caesar like,
Hi!
Sorry. Hi.
And Karina walks over to her room and comes back with some of or she goes to the closet and comes back with some of the pies from her bag of colding, and sets them out and begins like eating one of them.
Darrow turns to Lucian. Friend, what happened? What's? He looks thoroughly confused.
Oh, Saoirse, you should try. Granite. Care Bear. Just try the flask. Give him the flask.
Yes.
Give him the flask.
No,
She looks down at the flask and goes,
No.
But
No, I'm gonna try to grab the
I,
plate.
I,
No.
I don't, I
Rushes
don't
over.
partake
No.
in drinking. At least I
Like-
think I
like,
don't partake in
Karina
drinking.
just stands
No.
up and then holds the flask high over her head.
I'm just gonna
And
take
just
this. I'm gonna take it.
I'm
Well, I mean,
gonna use my mage
you're like a
hand.
few inches taller than her, but she's
What? I'm a couple inches, I think.
like what? How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Oh yeah, you're like 7 inches taller than her. Yeah, your
Yeah.
hand definitely reaches above where her hand is, but like she's holding it up above her head, and not to like hold it away from you, but to hold it away from them. And she's like, no, no, no.
So do I get it or no?
There's only enough for Saoirse, and
Oh,
she will
thank
drink
you.
some tomorrow.
Here, can I
We have
have it right
sworn
now?
as sisters.
Can I have it right now? I'm feeling a little thirsty. Oh my god.
Roll deception again.
God, doesn't she want me to drink it?
I
God.
Oh, are you
This
actually
isn't-
offering to drink it?
No.
Yeah, like
Then
I'm saying,
deception.
it's deception.
Oh,
No. She looks at you and she goes, "It is okay, Viantra lies to me too sometimes." And she turns to Viantra and she goes, Viantra.
Yes.
She hands you the flask. Do not let Saoirse have it until tomorrow. It is like opening a birthday present early. It is bad luck.
Well, Saoirse, you heard her, so I don't know what promise you made, but you made a pact, and I put it in my bag.
And then she-
Kind
then-
of like
then she
waddle
looks
up
at
to
you and she
Saoirse,
goes,
and I'm like
"Viandra, you
looking
are-
up.
You are so
sorry.
noble. I love you. Just like hugs you and begins like crying a little.
Oh, I love you too. Oh God.
Can you help your sister get to bed, please?
Yeah, no problem. Yes. Karina, we're gonna tell bedtime stories and sing.
This sounds like a great. Can I bring the pie?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll just pick it up and give
She
it to
just
her.
picks up the pie and is like, she's not like crying, like sad crying, more just like happy tears. As she's like just
Oh,
eating
okay.
the pie.
Dara, we'll have to talk tomorrow. I'm sorry.
I could see that. I don't think my information would be much help right about now.
Okay,
Kind of size.
so
Ugh.
yeah, with
Or-
Karina out of the way, Lucian, Circe, Howl, and Darrow, you all are downstairs. By the way, Howl is still relatively intoxicated.
Relatively what?
Relatively
What?
intoxicated. And by the way, Howl, ooh, look, there's pie.
Huh?
Fine. And I take pie.
Darrow will take a slice of pie while reading his book.
That
Sure.
must be interesting reading the book when you're
Sure. I've had a question. Saoirse.
Yes?
Like,
Yes.
how old are you?
It's a very rude question to ask a lady.
Like, how old does she look, though? Like, you're an elf, right? So, like,
Yeah.
there's no if there's...
Aren't you 400?
I'll just tell her. Tell him. I'll be 420 in 3 months.
That's nice.
What?
I said that's cool.
And how about you? How old are you?
I think 21.
15.
You're 15.
You're 15?
No,
Darrow,
he's
you're
actually
15?
21.
That was out of character.
Yeah.
Darrow, you're
Oh.
15.
Yeah, it's out of character, but yes, Lucian is 21.
I think so, at least.
I think
Probably.
21.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
I mean, I know
Alright.
some people had some birthdays.
I forget when mine was.
I know
Oh,
that-
I'm
I know
22.
that, Howl.
So,
I think Howl and
Me
Viantra had
too.
birthdays. I don't know if Lucian did or not.
that is me, yes. I would
Okay.
think so. That's yes.
I mean,
Probably around.
6 months passed, like probability speaking.
Yeah, like around 22, I think. It's up in the air.
Hmm. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. I would lose track. I don't know how well you elves keep track of that stuff. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's very tedious.
Ow.
Hang on.
You're all like, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't know, you act a lot like a mom. Are you a mom or something? Or like you have kids?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Damn it.
You?
I probably not.
How does one,
Take that as a strong maybe.
how does one
Accurate.
not know?
There are many ways you don't know.
Terrible.
No, I probably, no, I don't
No?
know. No.
So we went from maybe not to
No.
definitely a no.
No.
That is a more relieving answer, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so what's your story, Dara? You're like, you pull on this whole amnesiac thing. Is that like real? Real?
Amnesia. No, I can assure you, my memory loss is extremely real.
Oh,
Yeah.
How
damn.
far do you remember?
Yeah.
I remember a few things, but I can't keep track of them. I can't give you a linear timeline of anything, really. There are memories of things, events happening, people fighting alongside them, doing this, doing that. But I
Okay.
can't place them. I can't say names specifically. Things that I read feel familiar, but I can't place why. Things that I see, I don't know.
Do you remember your mom?
Who are you asking?
Damn, you, Dara.
Who wouldn't remember?
Shaggy beard.
Sarah.
I think I remember that she was a nice person, but I don't remember if she's still alive.
Cool. That's nice. Excuse me. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So, Howl. It's Howl with us right now. I'm like, where's Howl? Is your spine broken from being dropped? How are you? How are you, buddy?
That's a good question.
Well,
I'm in pain, but this is okay.
cool.
And I know I'm on time.
Alright, well. Alright. So, yeah, do we have a window here? Like, what's it looking like?
Y'all do have like a wide window that you all can see the city from, and it kind of like extends out to a balcony as well, so you can step out there if you wanted some fresh air.
Eh.
And then each of
I'm
your
heading
rooms
out.
does have like some windows.
Okay.
How's our drunken sailor doing?
Oh, yes, she is doing all right. She passed out, which is good for me because I didn't want to sing songs to her.
Do you normally sing? Wait, hold
No,
on.
it was just to get her away.
Gotcha.
Well, sit down and have some pie.
Let's
There's
sit
still plenty
outside.
left.
It's nice out. Come on.
Sure. Then I
Yeah.
sit down. I don't grab any pie, but I sit down.
Alright.
So, and a few things got awkward when I walked in. What is the situation here?
Oh, we're just enjoying ourselves, you know, talking about moms, kids, have them or not.
Okay.
Does anyone here have kids?
Kids.
Daryl kind of thinks on it for a moment.
Yeah, now,
Oh my god!
how might have kids? Hold up. How?
Wait,
do you?
what?
How old
Do
are you?
not. I'm 20.
I mean,
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
the story that you gave me.
Huh?
And I gave them a sly smile.
Oh.
You know,
See, you make friends in more than one
Ooh,
area.
Is the inferno gonna curse your firstborn, make him, I don't know, have a third eye or something?
I'm pretty sure I'm already cursed.
Third
so-
eye, that actually might be pretty cool.
Why do you
like-
think? What you already cursed? What?
Yeah, totally. I believe it at least.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, dude, we might all be cursed with those magical tickets.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but if
I
so.
they were certainly done intentionally. I discovered through research that this might as well be as good a time as any to tell you all. I discovered through research that what it was a spell, the spell that was used on this, and I told them about it and how it was like bolstered by some means, and it's usually not lasting the length that it does.
Well, it's less that it was bolstered by some means, and more like the spell that was used on the tickets was very similar to illusory script.
Yeah.
Is far stronger.
Exactly.
Okay, so someone figured out how to write good. That's weird.
Whomever did this, they were powerful.
It's like what they're like a powerful like writer, like they can write really powerfully.
They're a powerful spellcaster.
Lucia, I think you need water.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a bit too much.
Writing is oversimplifying the
No,
math.
the butter in the pie is a bit much. Yeah, you're right. I could use something to clear that up. One sec. I have some over here.
Make a
my water
perception
skin. Who, me?
Ooh.
Everyone.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh god.
Please
All right.
no.
Come on, Dre Dice.
23.
Oh, no. You know what? Screw you, Dre Dice. You failed me last time. Braxton, let's go.
Yeah, Braxton Dice.
All right, 18.
Apologies about that very loud amount of sound.
That's
all
a
my dice decided to
23.
fall over.
No problem, man.
Oh my god.
Here come the assassin.
I recommend it in the chat. Colin.
So they're assassins?
Did you say something, Josh?
But
Okay.
Roll your dice and then put your shoot your number in the Discord chat.
Shoot
Got
your shot.
you.
Shoot your shot, kid.
Shoot your shot, as the cool kids say.
Hey, hey.
Hey, whoa!
Hey,
Yeah.
that slash was an accident, alright?
Wait, how can you... Wait,
Like that.
I think I did it.
Come on, man.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah. Neat. Cool. So you all, definitely notice, like, as the sun begins to set, and crests over the horizon, just for the faintest of moments, as the sun crests past the mountain, you all see what looks to be a flash of brilliant green. And then before you all in this room stands a cloaked figure. The cloak they wear in particular is a dark verdant green with golden trim to it, with these long patterns that look almost like cascading. Like as their cloak moves, it almost looks like leaves falling off a tree. Kind of like an optical illusion. Their face is primarily shrouded, but you can still see like their mouth and a pair of glowing silver eyes beneath this hood, as they look across you all and go, "Well, now."
Yeah, as he appears, I immediately like back up and have a hand on the sword,
Same.
just like waiting.
I'm gonna reach for my bag of holding.
I wave.
I stand where I am.
Yes, Arrow. He thinks about a few spells and whatnot. It doesn't prepare
Oh my
any.
gosh.
Really, I feel like all of this is unnecessary.
Have you ever teleported inside someone's room before? I feel like you should get this a lot.
Could at least knock first, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way of assuming what has happened, certainly. But where are my manners? Hello. I am Fall. And I am here with a request for the 6 of you.
There are only 5 of us here right now.
He looks immediately over at the room where Karinia is.
Yeah, I figured, but I just thought I might mention.
Suffice it to say, the fact that this man has suddenly appeared in your rooms and automatically knows where Karinia is sleeping, is definitely
A bit concerning.
Yeah.
You sent the you're the one who sent the
You're the one who brought us here.
that
You're the high level spellcaster who did all this, orchestrated it.
level. I guess
Well,
that's...
he kind of shrugs and just goes, I had a hand in it, yes, but I'm not one to deal with the minutia of such a thing. I have peons for that.
Okay, wait. So we know all our names then, probably. So do we need to introduce ourselves? Is that like...
No, Lucian Vale, I do not need an introduction. I am aware of all of you and your names.
Ah.
Full names?
I sigh.
Yeah. Do you know my full? Do you know my real name?
Must we play this game?
Sorry, I'm
Very
a little tipsy.
That's true. You are.
I can indeed name your full name, Lucien Vel Athtel.
Cool.
As
Thanks.
for you, Darrow Al-Axion II. Oh, sorry, Axonoff II. My apologies.
Oh shit.
His eyes widen.
Must I keep playing this game, or are we ready to discuss?
No, it wasn't very. I think we're. Yeah, I don't like it.
I think we should.
Tall. It's a pretty
think-
short name, to be honest. Sorry, you.
Darrow kind of mumbles to himself as if realizing something. So it is me.
Do I have your undivided attention?
Yes.
He looks back up to you.
I dropped the sword.
Events have been set in motion that require a specific brand of touch. And for that specific reason, I have reached out to you. And before you get presumptuous and believe that the nature of which you all were brought together to be some form of fate, do not put such false ideals in your own head. I will be very clear. I chose the 6 of you because each of you has something I need. I could have chosen any other group of people from any other walk of life, so long as they have what is essential to me. You all are useful, but replaceable. Do not forget this. Now, on to business. Currently, the political climate of Darius, while seeming peaceful, is about to see a drastic change. In fact, the whole world is about to see drastic changes. But that is nothing to concern yourself with, because he kind of like smirks and he goes, assuming you all live long enough through the Third Age, you will see what lies on the other side. But considering you all have unfortunately limited lifespans for your species, and he looks over at Saoirse, one of you is already halfway through theirs.
Gonna give him a little middle finger.
I do not expect you all to see what is in store. But this is fine as well. I have a task for you that is required here to preserve what will soon be to come. Deep in the forests of this island, there is a temple. Within it, there are items that are valuable to me. You will retrieve them. In addition, if upon scouring the temple you find a form of ancient magical defense, you are to activate it. Lastly, if during your time here, anyone catches wind of what you intend to do, and they show undue interest in your ventures, be wary of them, for they are not to be trusted.
How can I know I can trust you then?
You cannot. But know that you all were brought here to serve. And just as equally, if you disobey or act out of turn, there will be repercussions. As I stated, you all are useful, but replaceable. Do not forget this.
Insight.
Very well. Roll.
Are we
insight.
are we replaceable? I want to know this.
Oh wait, I have a spell for that. Can I?
I have very high self-esteem, so I just want to.
I think you can both
Can I
probably
cast,
cast it.
let's see, hold on. I have the mind reading spell here. I can try.
Oh, don't try it. Don't try it. Don't. Like out of character, don't try that. It's not gonna go well.
All right, fine.
Aw.
Okay, so insight. I mean, those of you who have spells, Viantra, Darrow, and Saoirse, if you want to use your spells, feel free to. If you think it can work.
Let me take a look at what my spells are.
I'm trying to think of.
Just remember that he's watching us while we so he'll see you if you try to cast something.
I promise you, I don't have anything I can do.
Yeah, I don't think this will work. I'm not gonna.
So, just the two of you are inciting then, Hal and Lucian?
Yes?
Yes.
Are we replaceable? Are we not really one of a kind?
He is telling the truth. He views you all as replaceable.
Damn.
However, he was also not lying that you all have unique uses to him.
Sure.
So you can take solace in the fact that y'all are special, but you are replaceable.
Yeah, we're
special, but we're not that special.
We're sort of special, yeah.
You got protagonist energy, but you don't have like plot armor.
Yeah.
That's a good win.
All right. He looks over you all one last time and goes, "If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to voice them now."
Where in the forest?
It is at the central peak of the sea dragon's shell.
A little sea turtle with like a little beak.
Sorry, I fucked up there.
No, I'm like he's it's beyond, not beyond. Lucian's like sort of imagining.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of you are still kind of tipsy. I wonder how you guys are taking this.
Well,
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't look happy, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm not very happy.
They're just look surprised and deep in thought.
Of course,
Cool.
I am not without some form of kindness. And he kind of says that with some venom. And he goes,
Interesting.
I will offer a trade. Naturally, I have told you that if you deny this request, there will be consequences, but I am not without kindness. I shall offer you a reward. Should you succeed in your endeavor and claim the items that I require, as well as activate the defenses of the temple, I shall grant one of you knowledge. Knowledge that you seek.
But just one of us.
Just one of us?
Only one of you.
Okay, I call dibs then.
Darrow kind of looks
Yeah,
up.
just trying to make that clear right now. I call dibs on the information.
Actually, I have a good feeling that dibs will not work in this situation.
Nah,
Oh.
alright, well...
Do you get
we'll
to
talk
choose
about
who
it
gets the
later.
information, or do
We'll
we get
talk
to choose?
later.
It is
Yes.
to be chosen amongst yourselves.
I think that I would be most benefiting from this
I call it.
from this knowledge.
Snooze, you lose, Darrow.
Hate to say it, Darrow, but there's a lot you don't know about most of us. You don't know what we're looking for.
He kind of thinks at that too.
Fall smirks at your statement, Viantra, and just goes, "How quaint."
You guys should, like, rock, paper, scissors, see... Or, like, sorry. Paper, boulder, parchment, shears for whoever gets the second piece of information if we ever have to do any more stuff, which I assume we will.
He kind of, like, turns over to all of you and he goes, "I'll be frank, then. The information must be chosen amongst you as to who among your group you will aid. Whoever you all vote for will gain the information they seek, but the rest of you will lose out on the chance to gain the information you seek.
Oh, shit.
So you all must decide who amongst you is most deserving. And by that token, Viantra carries a point. You know nothing of one another or your motivations. So perhaps that would be a good place to start on who deserves this boon."
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You have plenty of time to decide amongst yourselves. I only ask that you complete this task within the next 2 days.
Alright, well, can we move our, like... Can we, like, move our time, like, in this suite, like, to the, like, after that, then? Or does that not work?
What?
Fine.
Oh, because if we're gonna be off for, like, 2 days doing all this, I feel like, I mean, you paid for the days, like, we should at least, you know, I feel like you should get what you paid for, or, like, give us what you paid for. That makes sense.
The rooms have been provided for you. You have 2 days. By the night on the 3rd day, which would be when your invitation expires, I expect my work to be done. Should you choose to continue to stay at the resort and partake of its many delights, that is up to you.
Okay.
I only
Where do we
ask
find
that
you once we're done?
That is not how this works. I will find you.
And on the way, why don't you find a shower? You smell like shit.
Darrow kind of flinches at that.
Bold talk from one who loots the dead and calls it science.
Talk for someone who I don't know what comes back.
Yeah, he got you there. He got you. He got you.
Fucking,
Take that.
Saoirse.
I'll take a smirk and say touche.
He turns to leave and he goes, "And by the way," he looks back at you, Saoirse. "Take a shower. You smell like death." And with that, he steps off the balcony, and as he walks further into the darkness, he just fades.
Oh, I get it, death, because you're archaeologist. You look at dead.
Hey, I just did it. Hey.
Like
God damn it.
Hey, it's almost like a cryptic
Maybe
warning that could have 2 meanings. Hey!
Maybe
What?
he smelled souls.
Oh,
or
I just
dead
got the other reason.
people.
I'm full.
Wow.
I look at Saoirse. Luke the dead. Luke
We
the
should
dead.
get some holy water.
I got some in hand.
Does holy water exist in this world?
Yeah, holy water exists. It's expensive, but yeah, it exists.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Got it.
Should we test something then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you testing?
Just stand still for a second.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean,
cleanse-
okay, y'all don't have holy water like on you right now.
Nah, Howl does, I thought.
Oh, actually, I need to look at that. Give me a second.
Never trust
In your
any.
inventory, I'm pretty sure you don't.
No, but I have a pack. I
If
don't
Howl-
think the pack has it.
If Howl took the haunted one background, then it comes with the Monster Hunter pack.
That's true.
It says a flask of holy water.
Okay, then yes, you have a flask of holy water. Do you really want to waste it?
No.
We just use a little bit, you know? We just sprinkle a little bit, like a drop or two.
Mm.
That's all we need. I mean, what else are you gonna use that for?
Mm.
I just like show the flask, but I don't do anything with it.
Okay.
It is joke.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do or say before the night closes?
I think I need to get this lurk.
I'm gonna sit back down and keep eating pie.
I
Sasha.
already had too much.
Sasha, do you, when loot the dead, do you, archaeologists, do you steal or do you grave rob? I guess is what I'm asking.
I'm commissioned by the higher up people that are people of the country or state to find lost objects. Whether or not they belong to them, I don't care. I get paid.
See, I respect that. I respect that.
So you defile history.
Yeah, that too. So maybe I don't respect you as much. He has a
Perhaps.
point.
I respect that, but also
I'm good. I'm good. So I can't
Don't worry.
I don't know.
I do research on who I commission for. Most of them are good, and if they're not, well, they won't be owning it for long.
Oh damn.
I guess this is a conversation for another time.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything else stupid right now. I feel like I'm about to. Ugh.
Darrow has already walked away and is staring outside.
Oh, I thought we were already outside, but okay.
I know, but he's staring outside. He walked away and staring at you.
Y'all were in the lounge, and he
Ah,
appeared in the lounge before walking off on the balcony and then fading into nothing. And then Darrow is now out on the balcony.
But he won't fade into nothing, don't worry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, emotionally, maybe, but
Perhaps.
Hey, Walker.
yes.
I am. For Josh, did you have to go say something?
Keep going.
Oh, okay. So I attuned to the ring. Has it been talking to me, or do I? No, right? Because I don't know.
You have not heard anything.
Walker, is the Arcanium still open?
No, they close at 8.
Oh, I have to cancel my appointment. Oh.
Oh, buddy.
How are you
What do you
doing?
mean? It's at 8.
Yeah.
Your appointment's at 8 in the morning.
I thought we were
We-
going to Alright, cool.
We can go out. You can go.
Well, but then I can't read any of the books. Alright, I'll go to my room.
Look,
If you
your
come back
appointment-
alive,
Your
you'll be
appointment
fine.
is just to get to
Come
get
back.
access for the restricted section. If you do that, you can all go out and do whatever y'all need to. You have
Yeah,
2
man.
days to get to this temple and get everything going.
We'll
48
take care of
hours.
it in probably less.
Plus,
We
this is
also-
like, okay, guys, like for real, like the Far Isles are basically like Hawaii. Like, there's a lot of ground to cover for sure, but it's not like it's not huge.
Right. It's like denser kind of.
Yeah, like
Right.
the biggest
Yeah.
island is like you guys aren't even on the biggest island. Like the biggest island would be
Yeah.
like the biggest ground to cover, but y'all could probably get from one end of the island to the other in like like maybe like 16 hours.
Yeah, no, we can take care of it. We'll be fine.
In that case, I will go to my room and kick some more notes and go to bed.
Okay.
I
so,
will go to
Alright.
bed.
Night, man.
Yes.
Okay, so Hal, are you still up or
Um,
you going to bed?
I'm going to bed.
All right. Darrow.
Darrow kind of. Oh, okay. Sorry.
As you are the only one left up and you are staring out over the balcony, it comes to you again. A very rapid series of flashes, one after the other, with few breaks between for you to pause and take stock of your current reality. Make a history check with advantage.
I will. All right. Come on, Braxton die. That is a plus. Yeah, 16.
Okay. The images flash through very quickly, and you grasp to hold on to them. And one sticks out to you. With everything you've gathered today and with what you have heard, you see an image of your father. It's a good day. It's spring. One of the few times he'd left his study, he decided for a change to head out to take you down to the lake behind your property. And you all went down there and began fishing and keeping a close eye on things, and it was enjoyable. And then you looked up for a split second as you felt a tug on your line and began to reel in, looking for some form of praise or emotion, and you saw him gazing out at the lake with this vacant expression for a while. And as your line snapped, he blinked for a moment and seemed to come out of it, looking over and seeing that your line had broken. He reassured you and reeled in his own line before taking you both inside, but you don't shake that image of him just staring off vacantly at nothing. Often how you have been as you've returned, and you feel an old fear gnawing at the back of your mind. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Yeah.
Yay.
Alrighty. Oh, that was great.
Yeah, so great first session, everybody. I loved it. I loved y'all. It's a good time.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you've
thank
met
you all- Thank you all for tuning into Distant Wanderers. As always, I have been your Dungeon Master, Walkman EXE. With me, once again, are my amazing role players. Going down the line, we have Zammy playing Hal, Percival Evangeline.
Whoop, whoop.
We have Doc playing Lucian Vale.
Great. No, I was gonna say something cool, but.
We have Josh Kaposh playing Viantra Casares.
And he was here the whole time.
Whoa.
We have Colin playing Darrow Al Oxenoff II.
Emotional trauma.
And we have Nilasor playing Saoirse Bonfil.
And it was all a dream.
And thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you all coming in for this brand new campaign we're starting up. It's gonna be great. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Hey.